Hello and welcome to my channel to plan for. The first half of the year is almost over. We're in, well, actually not even mid June, but soon. And I thought I would take the opportunity to talk a little bit about my journal setup and how it's working for me and what is not working for me. So for many, many years, I have been a one notebook person, one notebook for everything, or to be more precise, one journal. I mean, I have special interest notebooks, but one main journal where I do my planning, my personal journaling, any brain dump, stuff like that. And this year, I decided to compartmentalize my journaling a little bit. And now I use several notebooks, and not all of them were a good decision, for me at least. So, what am I currently using? I have one TN insert, weeks and memos, which I use for mainly for memory keeping. That's fine. And then I have a second notebook, which I thought I wanted to use for planning and journaling. That's my Hobonichi Weeks. And that's actually the notebook that gives me a bit trouble. Well, a bit trouble. The thing is, I don't need a planner to have my life under control. So when I say it's not working for me, I guess it's necessary to define what kind of work should it even do. And that would be, in my case, fun. I want to enjoy it. I won't forget to brush my teeth, take out the trash, or pay my energy bill without a planner. I can do this quite well, just relying on my memory, but I like journaling. I like to have some notebook, piece of paper where I can write my stuff down. That's the one part. But even more importantly for me, I like journaling, putting my thoughts on paper, brain dump, that kind of stuff. And I want to enjoy the process. That's the main work my journal has to fulfill. And if I say it's not working for me, then it means I'm not enjoying the process as much as I have been in the past. And there is one main reason for that, and that's the size of the Hobonichi Weeks. Last year, before I decided to get a Hobonichi Weeks, I did a lot of playing around, trying it out, and with all that careful thinking and preparation and evaluation, I still missed that point. And that's simply, I prefer a bigger notebook, having more space to write, but also a bigger grid. Let's see, what can I share? Yeah, I've been using that. And let's see, back here. So I've been journaling in here, and it's okay, but I really need to try very hard to write small enough for the grid. My comfort point for writing would be a bit bigger, and also I prefer medium nib size. I mean, I'm talking about European medium, and that's just difficult with that grid size. But I've been doing this. I've been journaling in here, and it's it's okay, but it's not what I prefer. So I've been reflecting what I could do about it, and I just accepted it, and I said, okay, that's what I have decided upon for this year, and let's just go with it. And then something happened, or something happened. I have also always study notebooks, and I needed a new notebook for my study notes because the one I have been using was full. So I ordered a sterling ink. It's the Common Planner academic year. I ordered this one and started using it, and I was really very, very happy because, oh, that's just the grid size I need. That's the size of I want. I mean, and then the process of mm, doubts started again, and to get to the end, well, the result was I also ordered a common planner in the TN format. I really like the TN size. It's very nice for me, just at the right size. It's portable. It gives me enough room to to write the way I want to, but it's not too big to carry it around, to travel with it. So um, it's a good size for me. But it took me well, a while. I guess depends on how you define a while, but it took me a week or two to decide finally to make this step from the Hobonichi Weeks into the Sterling Ink Common Planner. They call it N1 size or traveler's notebook size regular, simply because I invested money into this notebook. I tried to make a good decision, but certain aspects I just did not consider, or yeah, they slipped my evaluation process. So it's not because I have used it for a bit over 6 months, because I think I started already in December. Yeah, I also used it in December. So used it, I guess, 6.5 months. And so that's not really the issue, that I'm losing memories in here, because I never had planned to keep this notebook in the long run. So what I want to keep is my TN for memory keeping, but my planner is not something that I intend to keep forever. So it just seemed for me very wasteful to just give it up. But at the same point, I said, well, why should I make this hobby, which is purely for me about pleasure, enjoyment, relaxation, uh, make it less enjoyable for myself by using a notebook that does not make me entirely happy? So, yeah, I finally can join the group of planner hoppers. I haven't done this in a very, very long time, but I guess it's just when you have been one notebook person for, I think, 20 years more, well, maybe even 30 years, I don't know, a long, long, long time anyway. Then I was just used to my system, and this year I tried out a new system, and then the likelihood of making wrong decisions or picking something that's not perfect is just bigger than when you just stick with what you did for a very long time. So yeah, that's basically what I will be doing, and I received this planner a couple days ago. I mean, it starts in July with the daily pages or weekly pages, but I started using it on June 4th as soon as I got it, and it has been only I think a week. What do we have today? Yeah, maybe not even a full week, but I am very confident that it's the right decision. I enjoy now the process of journaling way more. It just feels more natural to write in this grid, and also the bigger page size. It's just what I enjoy more. So my Hobonichi weeks will be replaced by my Sterling ink, Common Planner, the academic year, and yeah, so this is the one change I'm doing for my setup now. It just makes me a bit sad to leave my Lochby cover, well, not really behind, because I still will keep my traveler's notebook, the Weeks and Memo in here. I also have my sticker release notebook in here, and a random notebook for brain dump if I ever need to put something in a different place, or a brain dump might not be the right term for them. It's more like morning pages. And so I will just make this will be replaced by this. But it's also good to finally get to use my Love and Trip cover again. So now my personal journaling lineup consists of those two notebooks. I do have also a reading journal and B5, which I use for work, but that's what I would consider my personal journal lineup or setup. I mean, as you already saw at the beginning, I have a different notebook for study notes, but all those things I wouldn't really consider part of my lineup. I also have a little notebook on top of my piano where I take some notes, but all this is, it's, yeah, notebooks for special purposes, but daily journaling will happen in here, in those two notebooks. And I am very confident, we'll see if I'm right about that, that this is the right setup for me. And yeah, and I guess in a few months, we'll check in again and see if I made a good decision or not. But yeah, those are the changes I will be making for the second half of the year. Hopefully good ones. And yeah, thank you very much and have a good day. Bye.